And this is a live look at lower Manhattan, where it is not snow, but rain covering the lens of this camera, taking a live shot over lower Manhattan. You can see the Brooklyn Bridge there. It is about 58 degrees in New York City, certainly unseasonably warm for this time of the year. And it is just one of the many unusual weather patterns taking place across the country today. Everyone, I'm Dan Kleffler in New York with this ABC News Digital special report. Wicked weather, though, bombarding the Great Lakes and New England, all with ice. Folks from Michigan all the way to Maine watching out for downed trees and downed power lines. And on one of the busiest travel days, delays and dangers. Take a look at this. This Delta plane slid off a taxiway at Detroit's Metro Airport. Officials blaming black ice. Now, there were 180 passengers on board. No one was hurt. They're going to have to grab another flight, but certainly not exactly what they planned to make it home to Grandma's house. Just to the north of there, Canada, the hardest hit parts of Toronto and southern Ontario had trees falling left and right. In fact, nearly 1 million people are still without power there because of the freezing temperatures and the rain. And this is a panorama shot of the Toronto skyline, half of the metropolis dark on the left, on the other side enjoying that commodity now known as electricity. Unfortunately, a lot of folks still waiting for the power to come right back on. ABC's Matt Kozar is following the very latest now on this system that is moving through. Matt?
Well, Dan, travelers across the Midwest, the South, and the East, they are keeping a watchful eye on this foul weather, and it's just coming at the worst possible time. As you mentioned, one of the busiest travel seasons of the year. 95 million Americans are expected to travel through New Year's, but now they're contending with this wicked weather. You showed some video of that ice. That is the big problem right now in Oklahoma City. Ice was falling from the skies from Maine to Massachusetts to Michigan. Lots of problems with downed power lines, lots of issues there. We're also talking about Kentucky. 3 people killed in an SUV when their SUV got caught in some flooding. You also look at other places, high water in Ohio, stranding residents near a retirement home. But in the mid-Atlantic states, it's been just a completely different story. In Washington, D.C., people traded their coats for short sleeves, and we want to show you what people across the country are dealing with. Nearly 95 million Americans are expected to travel through New Year's Day, but many are contending with wicked weather. In Oklahoma City, ice is falling from above. While from Maine to Michigan, downed power lines could leave hundreds of thousands to celebrate Christmas in the dark. Ice-heavy branches are falling on utility wires.
It'll be ongoing until the ice melts from the branches.
As far north as Canada,
truly is a catastrophic ice storm that we've had here, probably one of the worst.
Thin ice in Massachusetts nearly cost this dog his life. The golden retriever had to be pulled to safety. High water in Ohio stranded residents of a retirement home. Rescuers used rubber rafts to pull them to safety.
It had got up to my walk that leads into my door.
Grabbed my grandmother, her dog.
In Kentucky, 3 were killed when an SUV trapped in flood waters washed downstream. But for many in the mid-Atlantic states, winter seemed to take some time off for the holidays. In Washington, D.C., short sleeves replaced snow gear. Along much of the East Coast, temperatures were in the balmy 60s. In New York, they hit a record 71, which didn't deter skaters from enjoying a holiday spin. But the warm spell is a quickie gift. By tomorrow, the mercury will drop 30 to 40 degrees in many places along the East Coast. Now, problems at the airports. Hundreds of flights have been canceled, and Dan, thousands have been delayed.
Not exactly the gift everyone wanted to give this holiday. Matt, thank you for that. We appreciate it. So the big question is obviously, what is next? So for the answer, I want to bring in AccuWeather meteorologist Andrew Baglini with some look ahead and what we should be expecting. Andrew, I mean, really, you pick any form of weather, and it is happening right now in the country.
Absolutely, especially throughout the weekend. That's exactly what we saw. Everything from severe thunderstorms, tornadoes, damaging winds, and then the snow and ice. Now, moving forward here, still some headaches, unfortunately, for holiday travelers. Currently, 3 areas I'm taking a look at. We have this cold front right along the eastern seaboard, and we have the delays from that along the I-95 corridor, JFK, down through Newark and Philadelphia International, reporting delays from low visibility and all those low clouds and rain. A couple of snow showers across the Midwest, and another system in the Northwest that's going to be giving us a white Christmas for some across the northern plains. But the ice, as we've been talking about, has been the biggest concern across the northern New England, along I-95, Portland into Bangor. Some freezing rain continues this afternoon, sleet and freezing rain into the evening. Power lines down, trees as well, slippery spots on the roadways, and that is a huge concern. Very dangerous out there. Rest of the Northeast, rain will continue to push off the I-95 corridor. Later on tonight, skies will clear, but oh, that warmth that we enjoyed earlier on is gone. Temperatures plummeting tonight into tomorrow. Now, in terms of the potential for a white Christmas, those snow showers in the Midwest will shift into the interior Northeast heading into Tuesday. Mainly west of the Appalachians is where we'll see those snow showers accumulating, maybe a coating to an inch, some areas too. But we could even see a few snow showers around Philadelphia and New York heading into Tuesday evening. Maybe a coating on the grassy surfaces, but not really much sticking around as we head into your Christmas Wednesday. But again, we do have that system pushing across the plains, and that's going to deliver snow along I-29. More travel headaches here on Tuesday through the Dakotas, spreading through the Twin Cities. And thankfully not as cold, but today it is bitterly cold across the Midwest.
Santa might be adding a few extra generators onto the list of some of the people up there. Let me ask you about this, because I was actually in Michigan just for the past couple of days, and it seemed like it rained essentially from Thursday till yesterday, almost nonstop. Have we seen any kind of records by precipitation levels?
Precipitation records?
Yeah.
Not so much. We did see a lot of rain, absolutely. The big concern was ice across northern Michigan and everything like into New England, but across southern Michigan, around the Detroit area, it was certainly waterlogged. Not much widespread in terms of records falling, but we did see a lot of water out there, certainly, and flooding, a big concern. Records down farther to the south around the Ohio Valley and toward the Mississippi Valley, where the severe weather was occurring.
Any particular areas right now where we're seeing the most significant travel delays because of this?
Currently in the Northeast with that frontal boundary is still seeing all that rain around JFK through Philadelphia. Starting to clear out. Skies will clear later on tonight. Things could be a lot worse, certainly, as we take a look across the nation as we head into your Christmas. But this upper level disturbance will still keep the snow showers across the Midwest and the northern plains, and that's where the travel headaches will be. But across the Northeast, certainly the headaches this afternoon and into parts of tomorrow as well.
I mean, this is real. I mean, right now we obviously just started into winter, but I mean, this is unseasonably warm, is it not?
Oh, it absolutely is. It's been feeling like spring out there. Some areas in the Carolinas actually reaching into the 80s earlier on this weekend. And I tell you, that's where I would have liked to have been. But as you guys had mentioned, it is short-lived. This is a very bitterly cold air mass taking up shape. Actually, temperatures today into tonight well below zero across much of the plains and into the Midwest. And this is a dangerous chill when you factor in the wind as well. And that's what's coming for the Northeast. We'll see temperatures falling well below freezing tonight into tomorrow.
All right, so don't exactly get out the board shorts and the tank tops just yet.
Not quite yet, no.
All right, Andrew Baglini from AccuWeather. We appreciate that time, Andrew.